What if I told you that anger is an alarm system versus it being your enemy? Okay? You see those memes a lot where it's like, I we can't be friends or we can't talk anymore because I already told my mom what you did. Or I may have forgiven you, but my best friend has not. Okay? Or you ever realize that there are some people that are more mad at the situation than you are and it happened to you and not them? Sometimes anger is that best friend for us because it's reminding us that, hey, whatever you experience in this moment, we ain't cool with that. Okay? We're not cool with it at all. And the unfortunate thing is a lot of times we associate anger with being a negative person versus it just being an indicator that we had a negative experience that doesn't feel good. There have been times I've been like literally just going through my day or I'm driving or something and I'm like, man, why am I angry right now? What's up? And I'll say, what happened today that irked me a little bit? And then I'll go through my day, I'll play it back like a tape. And then I clock that one thing. Oh, this happened. Something was said, something was done that I didn't really like. All right? There was an injustice that took place. A lot of times we are so fearful of our own anger or we're fearful of other people's anger because it reveals a truth. Okay? It brings to the forefront some kind of transgression that was not okay. And a lot of times we might exist in spaces where people try to weaponize anger, where it's like, oh, you're angry, so now you're a dangerous person. And we start to learn that, oh man, I'm not allowed to be angry because now I'm seen as dangerous. I'm seen as radioactive, okay? I am unsafe. But sometimes our anger is keeping us safe. Our anger is reminding us that, hey, this is information that something is happening and taking place that we don't do. We shouldn't be tolerated. And you want to know what's funny? When it comes to people pleasers, a lot of times they can be some of the angriest people. The reason why is because they suppress, they dismiss, they devalue their experience just to show up for other people and make them happier or try to accommodate or anticipate what somebody else wants from them. When it comes to anger, just like happiness, just like sadness, it's an emotion. It's something that is a form of communication, not just for other people, but also for us. Anger doesn't always mean aggression. It doesn't mean attack. It doesn't mean destruction, but it can just simply mean awareness. I want you to think about something that has happened recently that made you angry, okay? Upset you in such a way. What'd you do about it? How did you handle that? Did you suppress it? Did you try to dismiss it? And if so, why? A lot of times we will try to remove anger because we don't want to be perceived. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be abandoned. So let me not be angry. Let me keep the peace. But you realize when you are constantly trying to keep the peace, the only disturbed person is you. Sometimes anger is that best friend. It's that person that's willing to advocate for us. It's someone saying on your behalf, hey, no, this isn't cool. We're angry. Sometimes we are so fearful of saying that out loud because there will be consequences. But what if I told you the consequence of never addressing your anger is you will go through this life uncared for, okay, confused, a lot of times unsupported because you're not being fully honest in the spaces that you're in, but also unrecognized. As much as we desire to be seen and to be acknowledged, we do ourselves a disservice when we are constantly walking through the world trying to be invisible or be pleasant. Not every situation calls for pleasantries. All right? Anger is not always aggression. Anger is not always negative. It just simply means I'm going through a negative experience in this moment. And truth be told, you won't always have to lash out. And if you do get to that point where you are lashing out or crashing out, that's an indicator that you have allowed things to go for far too long. Why? Who did that take care of? I want you to remember something. Whenever we are not honest in our spaces that we are occupying, we are taking care of nobody. We are just prolonging the inevitable destruction, okay? And if we wait too long to be angry or even address an issue, well, now that can be used against us. Well, why didn't you tell me before? You waited so long, you harped on this. You're building resentment against me. Oh, you hold a grudge. Sometimes it's simply okay to just say, hey, I don't like that. I didn't like that. I don't like how it made me feel. And then you just pay attention, okay? People who value how you feel are going to consider their actions, how it attributes to it. So I challenge you to redefine what anger means to you. Redefine like what that message has been for you. Who has told you that it wasn't okay for you to be angry because of how uncomfortable it made them feel? Because they were not willing to address what they were doing to you. If we are never willing to be angry and just acknowledge what's happening, that is a form of self-abandonment. We're saying, hey, you don't matter enough to feel anything, so shut it down. We cannot get mad at people for learning that we are willing to betray ourselves the same way we invite them to. So just something to think about. Anger is not always your enemy. Sometimes it's your best friend. So treat it as such. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.